evening, all of you. Am I audible to everyone? Please respond. Can you all hear me? All right. So in today's session, we are going to discuss XAT 2014 questions of that particular section, decision-making. So in all, there are 24 questions. All right. So for these 24 questions, I'm going to give you approximately 58 minutes. Sorry, 55 minutes. So right now your time starts now. Okay, right now time is 9, so I can say 9 o'clock to 9:59, and then I open the poll, which will be open for 5 minutes. So please start. I'm going to give you the privileges also. Okay, now please check whether you all have got the privileges. Yes, all right. So you all can start now. Okay, just let me go through this. So there are 24 questions in all. For these 24 questions, you have got exactly 55 minutes. Please start. All of you. Okay, am I audible to all of you? Please respond. Can you all hear me? Okay, so let's start with the discussion. So let's start with the question number 1 to 5. Just give me a minute and then we'll start the discussion. Okay, so let's start. So 1 to 3. Let's read this and then we'll start with the discussion. Miss Banerjee, class teacher for 12th standard, wants to send teams of 3 students each to district, state, national and international competition in mathematics. Till now, every student of the class has appeared in 100 school level tests. The student had following distribution of marks in the test in terms of average and the number of times a student scored 10% marks. So this is the average marks and how many times they have scored a 10% marks. Miss Banerjee has carefully studied chances of her school winning each of the competition based on in-depth calculation. She realized that her school is quite likely to win district level competition but has low chances of winning the international competition. She listed down the following probabilities of win for different competitions. Prize was highest for the international and lowest for the district in that particular competition. And this is the different probability. So there is a high chances that they can win the district tournament, but there is very low chances that they will win the international tournament. All the students are studying in the school for the last 12 years. He wanted to select the best team for all 4 competitions. Okay. So let's see what is the answer for this question. So here the question is which of the 3 members should form the team for international competition. Now, remember for international competition, what is the probability? The probability to win the international competition is very low, that is 0.05. So it's very low. Okay, so which of the 3 members should form that? So here the focus, whether the focus should be on the average score or the focus should be on the person who has scored the 10% maximum number of times. Tell me, because there is a very, very low chances of winning this tournament here. Okay, so since the winning of this tournament is very less, so she should try to form a team where the probability of scoring a 10% marks, okay, is very, very high here. So if I go back to the table here, 10%, so here we can find out the maximum number of the century which can be scored by is nothing but the player number 14, okay, that is 20, or player number 8 and the player number 15. So 2, 8 and 14. Just see if there is any option which has 2, 8 and 14. Yes, that is option number 2. So the correct answer for this question is nothing but that is option number 2. Okay. So here, because the consistency is not important. Okay. So the answer for this is this. And how many of you have got it right? Only 30% of you have got it right. And rest all of you have got it wrong, or you have left this question. Any doubts to anyone? Please tell me yes or no. Can I move to the next question? Question number 2. Which of the following should constitute the team for the district level competition? Now here the district level competition. And in the district level competition, the probability is very high, that is 0.95. Okay, so it has a high probability. So if it is here, the probability of winning this tournament is very high. So we should send those people here whose performance is consistent. So here we should try to send those people whose performance is very much consistent. Okay, whose performance is consistent. So if I go to the table, I'm going to try to find out which all players are there whose performance is consistent. So you can see player number 1 average is 70. For player number 4, the average is 70. Player number 11, average is 70. And player number 30. So out of these 4 persons, 3 of them should be sent. Yes or no? But if you look at here, 70, he has scored century only twice. He has scored century only once, 10%. He has scored century only once. Here he has scored century how many times? 7 times. So here the consistency is important. That he should be played very good almost in all the tests, or you can say all the innings. Okay. So saying which player number 4, 11, and 30. Consistency is more important instead of 10%. So 4, 11, and 13. So 4, 11, and 13 should be the answer. So the correct answer for this question is option number 4. 4, 11, and 13. So how many of you have got it right? Let me see. 4, 11, and 13. Option number 4. Only 33% of you have got it right. Rest of you have either got it wrong or left it. Any doubts to anyone? Please tell me. All right. Let's move to the next question. It says Miss Banerjee had to select the team for national competition after she has selected the team for international competition. A student selected for international competition cannot be a part of national. So when it comes to the international competition, we have already in question number, we have identified which all players are going for an international competition, 2, 8, and 14. So player number 2, 8, and 14 is already gone for international competition. Okay. Now we need to go for a national competition. So I can't select player number 2, 8, 14. Now national competition also the probability is very low, that is only 0.1% probability is there. So 0.1% probability is there. So should we send a consistent player or the player who has got a maximum number of times 10%? Because winning this, yes. So in this case, so we should not say the consistent player. We should send a player who has got 10% maximum number of times, because देने के chances बहुत ही कम है. Okay. All right. So in that case, after 2, 8, and 14, we need to say which other players are there. So after 2, 8, and 14 is out, let me see, after 2, 8, and 14 is out. So here, this is 8, and this is 10, and then this is 8. Average is 60, average is 65. And here there is a person whose average is 77. So in this case, the answer of this question is, question number 3 is option number 4. That is 3, 6, and 1. Okay. That is 3, 6, and 1. Which, how many of you have got it right? Let me see that. Okay, 3, 6, and 1. The answer is 26% of you have got it right. So when I say 3, 6, and 1, just see. I'm highlighted with blue color. Okay. This is 6, and then 3, and then 1. Why? Because their average is also high. This is 77. 76 made 65 and 10, then 60 and 12. So among this average of 60 and 12, 60 and 8, it's better to say just 8. So the answer is 6, 3, and 1. Is that clear to all of you now? Okay. So this was a very, very interesting question, but very few of you, approximately only 33% of you have attended this question, not more than that. Can I move to the next question? Please tell me. Okay. How many of you got all 3 correct? Okay, good, very good. So ये करना चाहिए था. This was doable. Now, fourth says the main issue of interpretation arising from the work of professionally trained anthropologists that they are very late. So they are very, very professionally trained anthropologists. So that line says they are very professionally trained anthropologists. That they are late in colonial or post-colonial trajectories. Because professional training saves their interpretation. However, within field of interest and training, their works are most thorough and systematic. So basically, these are nothing but these are two contradicting statements. So those, despite the fact that they are very, very professional trained, so they will start thinking in a professional way. Okay, if you are professionally trained, so probably you will start thinking in a very, very professional way. But still, they are late in colonial and post-colonial trajectories because professional training saves their interpretation. Now, the problem with this particular set is here that actually the passage from where it has been picked out, the source of this passage, a lot of data has been deleted and it has been edited. It has been edited. But if you refer to the exact data from where it has been picked out, you find out that the answer of this question is actually nothing but option number 1, 30%. छोड़ दो ना, कुछ क्वेश्चन छोड़ने के लिए भी होते हैं या नहीं होते हैं पास कर, ठीक है? Okay. So how many of you have got it right? Yes. I'll explain to you. The answer of this question, question number 4, is 30% of you have got it right. Now, let's try to understand what in question number 4. Just give me a minute. Now, basically, if you look at here, this statement refers to two different aspects of anthropologist. So when we are talking about the anthropologist, it is talking about two different aspects of anthropologist. What are these two ones? The first one is nothing but that is the professional training. So professional training makes their work nothing but they're very, very systematic. Because of their professional training, they always do the work which are very, very systematic. But there are no updates in the trajectories. But still, there are no updates on the trajectories, you can say, because it has been delayed. No update on trajectory. So basically, these two are nothing but you can say that these are two different aspects of a single entity. And both of them are depending upon each other. And both of them cannot be achieved at the same time. So if you are professionally trained, so there shouldn't be any delay in that case. But despite being a professionally trained, there is a lot of delay in the trajectories and the post-colonial trajectory. So we should look for something similar to that. Something similar to that is basically option number 1, which says Heisenberg uncertainty principle, which states that speed and position cannot be determined simultaneously. Everything depends upon each other here. So these two things cannot be determined simultaneously. The same way the professional training and we are saying the trajectory, these two are not, it cannot be determined simultaneously, despite the fact that we are professionally trained. So using that logic, you can say that the answer is question number 1. Sorry, option number 1. Okay, clear? So my opinion is better to leave this question because whenever such type of the question is there, if it is a confusing, it's better to leave. Okay, can I move ahead? Question number 5. Now that is an easy question. For question number 5, let's see. Consider merit pay for teachers. School face constant pressure to change their management approach to improve performance, which is usually assessed by standardized reading, math, and science scores. In most school, teachers' pay is determined by seniority, years of teaching experience, and credentials. Pay is rarely based on performance, which is contrary to the belief among parents and the private sector Parents and business leaders lament that there are no characteristics used to motivate teachers. Consequently, there has been a greater push to implement some form of merit pay to improve the motivation. So basically, parents take care. The parents want that there should be the teachers should be paid on the teachers should be paid on the basis of their this what we say on the credentials, not conditions, but on their performance. Which of the following statements will disapprove the claim of the parents and business leaders? Teacher, what is the claim? That they claim that the improve the motivation, that the teachers need a motivation. Teachers need a motivation. So this has been a greater push to implement some form of merit pay to improve the motivation. It says disapprove. So anything, anything which will help us that any statement which gives us that the teachers will be motivated because of that factor, that will be approved by the parents. Otherwise, it will be disapproved. So its answer is very, very easy one. This question. The correct answer is of course option number. A recent study suggests that teachers are self-motivated. If the teachers are self-motivated, then in that case, there is no need to pay on the basis of the merit because they are already self-motivated. So which is contradicting. So that's why the answer is option number 1, which 56% of you have got it right. Because if they are self-motivated, the teachers are self-motivated, so there is no need for merit pay. So that's why the answer is option number 1. Any doubts to anyone in any of the options? Okay. Can I move ahead to the next question? This was a very easy one. 6. The correct answer for this question is option number 5. Let me see how many of you have got it right. Question number 6. 56% of you have got it right. That's right. So again, majority of you have got it right. Now, what does it say? In a new study by Harvard School of Public Health, researchers explored how a caffeine can serve as a mild antidepressant. So I can say, let's say if I'm talking about this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This represents nothing but x-axis represents number of cups of the coffee. How many cups of the coffee one is drinking. And here this y-axis represents suicidal tendency. So it says, in a new study by Harvard School of Public Health, researchers explored how caffeine can serve as a mild antidepressant. They concluded that drinking several cups of coffee daily appears to reduce the risk of suicide. Data pulled in from 3 large studies in the US showed that the suicide risk of those who drank 2 to 4 copies of caffeinated coffees. Okay. In the study, the respondent caffeine consumption was assessed every 4 years through a questionnaire. The respondents were all adults and the study was published online. The author, however, cautioned the public from increasing coffee intake as it could result in an unpleasant side. Overall, our results suggest that there is a little further benefit for consumption above 2 to 3 years. So if you consume more than 2 to 3 cups, then there is a benefit here. So it means my curve will be like this one. Whenever I am drinking only 2 to 4 cups of the coffee, the suicidal tendency is very, very high. So I can say my curve will be like this one, 2 to 4 cups. The suicidal tendency is very, very high, and then after that it will be consistent. So this is nothing but this is L-shaped curve. Okay. Any doubts to anyone in this case? Please tell me. Because as the number of cups is increasing, the suicidal tendency it's getting decreased here. So initially, if you are consuming very less, so it's very, very high. So this is the point of the curve. If you go doubt as well, can I move to the next fact? Please tell me. Okay. 7. Again, a very good question, and let me see. The correct answer for this question number 7 is option number 3. Let me see how many of you got. 81% of you have got it right. That's great. This was an easy one. So 81% of you have got it right. Okay. Now, which is the best position Girish can finish. First statement says that Fanish finishes before Ashok. So Fanish definitely finishes before Ashok. Okay. Girish finish after Ashok. So Girish finish after Ashok. Okay. So we know that the Girish, this is finishing, and these two persons are there who will finish before Girish. So Girish rank, it can't be 1. It can't be 2. So the best position now, and the rest of the other two statements, these two are not at all related with any of these things. So these two data are actually irrelevant. That is of no use. So in a worst to worst case scenario, Girish will get what position? That is third position. The best position which Girish can get is third position, because he can never get first and second position. So that's why the answer is option number 3, third, which most of you have got it right, 81%. Any doubts to anyone? So what I believe here is that from this particular set, from the first 7 questions, question number 7 was doable. Then question number 5 was easy. 6th फिर भी छोड़ सकते हो, 5, 7 were easy, and the first 3 were doable. So out of these 7 questions, you should have attempted around 5 questions, 4 to 5 questions. Now let's move to the question number 8 to 10. Okay, very, very simple one. It says, Krishna Reddy was the head of a pharmaceutical company that was trying to develop a new product. Reddy, along with his friend Prabhakar Rao, assessed that such product had mixed success. Reddy and Rao realized that if a new product was a success, it may result in a sales of 100 crores. Okay. The total cost here, it is nothing but that is 50 crores. Okay, total cost is 50 crores. Okay. It may result in a sales of 100 crores. Okay, if it is successful. If it is successful, then it will result in 100 crores. Okay. If it is unsuccessful, then it will result in how many crores? Only 20 crores. Okay. It is given. They further assessed that a new drug was likely to be successful 50% of the time. So successful की probability क्या है यहाँ पे? 50%. So unsuccessful की probability I can say also 50%. Okay. Now Reddy and Rao were in a quandary whether the company should go ahead and market the drug. They contacted Raj Aduri, a common friend, for advice. Aduri was of the opinion that given the risky nature of the launch, it may be a better idea to test the market. Rao and Reddy realized test marketing would cost 10 crores. So if I go in for the testing, the total cost is nothing but that is 10 crores. Now the testing, it can be either favorable or unfavorable. Okay. Aduri told them to previous test marketing results have been 70% of the time. So there is a probability of favorable, that it will be favorable, the probability is 70%. So 30% chances that it is unfavorable. Okay. And if it is favorable, okay, and success rate of products favorable, then the probability of getting a successful, it is 80%, and unsuccessful 20%. Okay. Further, when the test marketing results were unfavorable, the products have been successful 30% of the time. So in that case, it is a probability of success, it is 30%, and probability of unsuccess, it is equal to 70%. So it's a straightforward probability. So any doubts to anyone till this step, please tell me. Can I move to the next point? So the first question number 8. Most of you said that the answer is 10 crore, 30% of you had said the answer is 10 crore. Let's see. How much profit can the company expect? So basically we need to find out the expected value, and in the previous session we have discussed how to find the expected value. Can the company expect to earn if it launches the new drugs? Suppose that there are no additional costs. So launching cost, the total cost here is nothing but that is 50 crores. And probability that it will be successful is 50%. So can I say expected value here, or I can say expected sales, it is equal to 50% chance into 100 crores. Because if there is a probability of successful is 50% and they will get 100 crores. If it is unsuccessful, If it is unsuccessful, then they will get 20 crores. So there is a 50% chance that they will be unsuccessful. In that case, the return will be nothing but 20 crores. So the expected sales is nothing but that is coming out to be how much? 50 plus 10, 60 crores. Okay. So the cost is 50 crores, expected sales is 60 crores. So we can say the expected profit is nothing but 10 crores, which 30% of you have got it right. The answer is option number 2, 10 crores. Any doubts to anyone? Please tell me in this question. Can I move to the next question? Okay. Let's move to the next question then. Question number 9. Let me see what is the answer for question number 9. Okay, 85% of you have not attempted this question or did not mark. Okay, it says how much profit can the company expect to make? Okay, expected profit if the product is launched after favorable test market. So we know that it is a favorable test market. We already know that the test market result is favorable. Okay, so after favorable test market. Okay. So if it is a favorable test market, then what is the probability of a successful? If it is a favorable test market, then the probability that it will be successful is 80% and unsuccessful it is 20%. Yes or no? And if it is successful, he will get 100 crores. If it is unsuccessful, it will get 20 crores. So 0.8 into 100 plus 0.2 into 20. Okay. So I can say 0.8 into 100 plus 0.2 into 20. What is 0.8 into 100 plus 0.2 into 20? Please tell me. This total value it will be comes up to be how much? Is it equal to 84? Yes. So it is 84 crores. Okay. So the total sales it is 84 crores. The total cost it is equal to nothing but that is 50 plus 10 testing cost, that is 60 crores. Okay. So the profit, okay, expected profit, I can say expected profit it is equal to 84 minus 60, which is equal to 24 crores. So the correct answer of this question is 24 crores. In fact, here in that year all the options were wrong. Okay, सारे options गलत हैं. The correct answer is 24 crores. Is that clear to all of you? How many of you have got 24 crores? कितने लोगों का आया था 24 crores? So you all can add one mark. Okay. Can I move to the next question? Question number 10. It says, what is the probability of a product failure if Reddy now decides to test market? Okay. They have decided that they will test market it. अब test market करते हैं तो यहाँ पे दो चीजें हैं. Either the result will be favorable or it will be unfavorable. ठीक है, favorable the probability is 70%, unfavorable the probability is 30%. And यहाँ पे success के chances कितने हैं? That it will be successful, how much? 80% था? Yes, 80 and 20, 80% and unsuccessful. Unsuccessful 20%. Here the chances of success. Let me see. Here the chances of success is 30 and 70. That is the ratio. Success 30% and unsuccessful. That is 70%. So can anyone calculate what is the probability of product failure if Reddy and decides to test market? If it is favorable, then that is 0.20. Yes or no? If it is favorable, then it is okay. 70% chances may be favorable. If it is favorable, then 70% chances it is favorable. And after getting a favorable result, the probability of getting failed is 0.2. So 0.7 into 0.2. Okay. 0.7 into 0.2. Is that clear to all of you? If it is unfavorable or unfavorable, 30% chances, so 0.3. In unfavorable, the probability of failure is nothing but 0.7. So 0.7 into 0.2, it is 0.14 plus 0.21. And 0.14 plus 0.21 is nothing but 0.35. So the correct answer for this question is option number 2, 0.35. Okay. Correct answer for this question number 10 is option number 2, 0.35, which 33% of you got it right. Yes. So this was a very, very simple question based on the probability. बहुत ज़्यादा difficult नहीं था. The 3 questions. Any doubts to anyone? Can I move to the next question? How many of you have got all 3 correct? Yeah, okay. Good. So, first question, it's a set of 4 questions. Anyway. If Rao and Reddy decides to launch the product, okay, despite unfavorable test marking, so we know that the result is already unfavorable test marking. So unfavorable test marketing है, ठीक है. So if the result is unfavorable test marking, what is the probability of success here? Unfavorable test marketing में probability of success, it is given as nothing but 30%, and unsuccessful, the probability is nothing but that is 70%. And if it is successful, the return is 100 crores, and unsuccessful, the return is 20 crores. So expected profit, I can say 0.3 into 100. Okay, plus 0.7 into 20. What is this value? 0.3 into 100 plus 0.7 into 20. क्या आएगा? 44 crores. So this is the total sales value. Okay, total sales value is 44 crores. And what is the total cost? Total cost is 50 plus 10, 10 for the testing also. So 60 crores. So total cost is 60 crores, total sales is 44 crores. So definitely there is a loss of nothing but 60 minus 44, which is equal to 16 crores. So the correct answer for this question is option number 4. Alright. So which I think, let me see how many of you have got it right for question number 11. Only 19% of you got it right. Okay. So any doubts to anyone? So there was a set of 4 questions. Like I already told you, every alternate year they keep on asking one set based on the probability. Okay, so this is one of the set here. Can I move to the next question? This is also a very easy one. Let's see. IBM was doing a roaring business. Demand of the products was high and supply of raw material was abundant. IBM was manufacturing 3 different products. That is, the 3 products were nothing but Quickie Quick, Run of the Mill, and Maxi Max. Now, एक line और यहाँ पे important है here, which is important. Some customers bought 2 types of the products, ठीक है, and some bought only one, ठीक है. And customers were not complaining loudly. Ram, the product manager, was confused. Demand for Quickie Quick. Why was he confused? Because the demand for Quickie Quick was increasing. Okay? So the demand for Quickie Quick was increasing. Okay? Raw material suppliers want to supply lower quality at a cheaper price. Okay? It was profitable for the company. It was profitable for the company to increase production. Quality department was not happy with the product. Ram met Rahim, the CEO, who, as always, wanted high profits. He said that IBM will set up a committee for improving quality. So the demand for Quickie Quick is very, very high. But remember one thing, that some customer bought 2 types of the product. So it doesn't mean that the demand for these 2 is not there. There is still a demand for the other 2 also. Other 2 are also selling, but yes, the demand for Quickie Quick is higher in comparison with the rest of the 2. What must not be done by the Ram? The question is, what must not be done by the Ram? Okay. So what must not be done by the Ram? Now, if you look at here, option number 1, only produce Quickie as it gives the highest profit. So basically, we're trying to say that you should produce only Quickie because it gives the highest profit. But remember, there is a demand for the other 2 products also. Yes or no? The demand for the other 2 products. So does it make a good business sense to produce only Quickie? No. We should produce this one. But in the other one, increase the production for Quickie and ask the supplier for a better quality raw material. So ethically, it is right. If I consider ethically, so ethically it should correct that we should demand for a quality product. Third also says, maintain the level of the production for the Quickie and ask the supplier for the better quality raw material. So this is ethically also wrong. Reduce the production of Quickie till committee submit its report? Yes, because the quality is deteriorating, so that is also he should do. Stop production of quick still. So ethically this is right. So when it comes to the ethics, option number 2, 3, 4, 5, this he should done. But option number 1, ethically it is wrong. Only to maximize the profit, we should simply completely neglect the quality. That is not acceptable. So that's why the answer for this question is option number 1. And let me see how many of you have got it right for question number 12. Okay, 33% of you have got it right. Remember, it is not be done by the RAM. That is important. Not what should be done by the RAM. Not be done by the RAM. So 33%. I think some of you had read that what must be done by RAM. कई कितने लोगों ने किया था what must be done by the RAM? And they marked second option. क्योंकि first option तो नहीं हो सकता है. This should not be done, and the second option seems to be good, so they have marked second option. I think. A lot of people. Any doubts to anyone? Please be careful. Read the questions very carefully. Not be done. 13th. Okay. 78% of you had marked option number 5, which is right, and 0% of you had marked remaining 4 options. None of you had marked 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest of you had the question. So that's the correct question. Easy tha ye bhi. I think 12, 13 was very easy. Rahim set up a brand committee comprising of a few selected managers headed by Robert. The committee proposed that IBM should continue to manufacture the 3 differently branded products. It also proposed to recruit a new brand manager for improving brand image of the products. It agreed with Rahim that the company should increase the price. Rocket Singh, head of sales, was confused because he realized that customers were miffed. What should Rocket Singh do? So basically, in such type of launch one more product to increase sales, stop production of quickly, launch a campaign? No. Okay, first of all, we need to, it's better that we should try to identify what is the reason for the customer dissatisfaction instead of going for sales and every other thing. So the answer is right. It is a very easy one. Can I move to the next question? इसमें किसी को डाउट है? और एक चीज ये भी इस पे भी कॉन्सेंट्रेट कर सकते हो. It is customers were miffed with run of the mill and maxims. What is the reason that they were miffed with? That we should try to identify. 14th. Okay. 78% of you had marked option number 3, which is a correct answer. We have discussed similar type of the question in the past. Okay. So that's right. The correct answer is option number 3. Okay. It says some of the managers in production department were discussing the problem facing shipping products in time. They complained that they had to undertake responsibility of creating financial and marketing plans in addition to the responsibility of production planning. At the same time, finance and marketing managers were to be involved in preparing production plan. It was expected that this will reduce customer complaints. It was rumored that these changes were initiated by the managers educated in the US. So basically, the best way to resolve all these issues is nothing by having a discussion with them. So answer is C. इसमें किसी को doubt है क्या? None of you had marked. One of you had marked only option number 1. But any doubts to anyone? This was also easy. Okay. Option number 4 में क्या है? Register a complaint with the human rights body. क्यों? Why should I complain or register? If they are giving some good ideas, so it's how is it a human rights body to complain? It's something which is for the beneficial of the company. Human rights को तब complain करोगे ना if these persons were being tortured. क्या उन्हें torture किया जा रहा है क्या? Then okay, 15 to 18, a very lengthy one, a very lengthy passage. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many paragraphs are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So a very, very lengthy one. So we'll discuss it at the end. Or better to leave. क्योंकि जितना इसे पढ़ने में टाइम लगाओगे इतने दिन में probably might be able to do some more questions here. So I'll discuss these 4 questions later on. 19 to 21. Let's see. Ajay was thinking deeply about a problem that his organization, a business consulting company, faced. Globalization had affected his company like many other companies. Despite the downturn, the current revenue remains healthy. So the current revenue remains healthy. However, Ajay knew it was inevitable that the company could not do business the same way. The complexity of managing the business had increased with the time. Consultants were under pressure to deliver good and innovative solutions. The organization had consultants from different age groups having a good mix of domain and industry expertise. They have a good mix of domain and industry. It was a flat organization with 3 levels. The biggest challenge for Ajay was to have consultants with the latest knowledge, who would also earn revenues. Getting additional business was a challenge as all the consultants were very busy and it was very difficult to hire new consultants. Hiring a new consultant is also very, very difficult. Now, first question number 19. Let's see. Some of the consultants were adept at applying old solutions to new problems. Ajay was not sure if this would work for long. Some of the clients had complained about the performance of old and reputed consultants. Ajay was mulling over the following 5 solutions to tackle the problem. Which of the following would be the best sequence of decision taken by Ajay, starting from immediate to distant? Immediate to distant. Now, decrease time spent on client interaction. Increase support staff to help consultant to remain updated. Decrease the number of simultaneously projects handled by consultant. Make it compulsory for consultant to work on inter-industry and inter-domain problems. Recruit more consultants. Which is very, very difficult to do here out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which of these is difficult to implement? Can anyone tell me among 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which one is difficult to implement? Batao. 1. Decrease time spent on client interaction. Increase. Is it difficult? I think the difficult to implement is nothing but recruit more consultants because it is given. Getting additional business was a challenge. And last line, it was very difficult to hire the new consultant. Since it is very difficult to hire the new consultant, so I think among all these 5, this 5th one is going to be what? Can I say it should come in the last? Yes or no? Because this is the thing which is very, very difficult to implement. So there is only one option in which 5th is last. So the answer is nothing but option number 2. 33% of you have got it right. Okay. बाकी सब तो कंपनी के अंदर already the people who are already doing the job. It's just as we need to do. So the answer for this question is option number B. Make it compulsory. First, make it compulsory for consultant to work on the inter-industry and inter-domain problems. Decrease time spent on this. Followed by 2, increase support staff to help consultant to remain updated, and then decrease the simultaneously project handling. So, any doubts to anyone in question number 90? This was an easy question. Can I move to the next question? Please tell me. अगर इसमें किसी को डाउट है you can discuss with me. After Ajay implemented some of the steps mentioned above, consultant wanted to renegotiate their contract with the organization. It seems that the organization had never mentioned that consultants have to work across industries and domains. Some of the old consultants, now remember, some of the old consultants were reluctant to change their ways, while many of the younger consultants were willing to follow Ajay advice. Which of the following decisions can be taken by Ajay to think the best option is option number 5. It's always better to discuss this issue in an open house and let's solve this most democratically. And how many of you have marked that answer? 59% of you have marked correct. Do nothing and wait for a right solution window. ये तो बहुत ही अच्छा ऑप्शन है. कुछ भी मत करो, जस्ट वेट करते रहो कि अपने आप सारे के सारे सॉल्यूशन सब कुछ सॉल्व हो जाएगा. इज इट? It is which of the following decision can be taken by others to handle this situation? ठीक है, so the answer is this one. As I said, 59% of you got it right. Question number 20. हाँ, किस ऑप्शन में डाउट है? रोहित, you are saying option number 1. हाँ, अच्छा, हाँ, yes. Option number 4 is the least important thing. Option number 3, negotiate with the old consultant and communicate that the new rule should apply to the new consultant. Why to negotiate with the old consultant? So can you say that the option number 3 is basically it is impartial towards the younger one? Okay, it is unfair to the new consultant. You are only negotiating with the old consultant. New consultant यानी कि जितने भी newcomers हैं उनको you are just giving them an order that you need to follow all these things. So don't you think that it is partiality towards the new consultant? The company is partial towards the new consultant. So that's why the answer can't be option number 3. Clear to all of you? Okay. The rules and regulations throughout a company should be same for everyone. 21. Ajay was to retire in 5 years. Okay, and he wanted to leave behind a legacy. Order the following activities from the most important to the least important that Ajay should undertake in the next 5 years. Do nothing. क्या इसे include करना चाहिए? Do nothing if he is thinking for the future. No. So any option which includes 1 will be out of contention. So 1, 1, and 1. ये तीनों तो बाहर चले गए. My answer can't be these 3. Okay. Now we are left out with these 2, 2, 2. Up 3, 4, 5 here. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5 in this order, or 2, 5, 4, 3 in this order. That I need to think. Okay. So 2 is set of future direction definitely. Because it is a challenging time, so what are the future direction or future planning that we should set up there first? अब क्या होना चाहिए? 3, 4, 5 in this order or 5, 4, 3 in this order? What should be the correct order? Can anyone tell me? 41% of you had marked option number B. 41% of you had marked option number B. And only 15% of you had marked this one. And in my opinion, it's better. First of all, okay, all those who are working in the company, we should share okay, if I am setting up a future plan, okay, so I already know that which all other persons are there who are already working in the company. So first of all, I should guide to all those people who are already a part of that company. And then we should think for hiring the outsiders. So the best way is nothing but 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Set a future direction. Plan a future plan, make a proper plan, then benchmark your performance with respect to the other consulting companies, compare them, that how we can reach to their level, and then empower senior consultants and if needed, hire the new people also. So the answer should be option number 2. Any doubts to anyone? So these were the 3 questions which were easy. I think you all should have tried to attend this. 19, 20, 21. Can I move to the next set, 22 to 24? Okay. Very, very interesting fact. Rajinder Singh was 32 years old from a small town of Batinda, Punjab. Most of the families living there had middle class income, with about 10% of the population living below the poverty level. The population consisted of 10% small traders. It says 10% small traders and 30% farmers, besides others. Rajinder liked growing up in Batinda, where people knew and cared about each other. Even as a youngster, it was clear that Rajinder was smart and ambitious. Neighbors would often say, "Someday you are going to make us proud." He always had jobs growing up at Singh's General Store, Uncle Balwant's store. Balwant was a well-intentioned person. Rajinder loved being at the store and not just because Balwant paid him well. He liked helping customers, most of who were known by the nicknames. Setting up displays and cleaning the merchandise for different seasons and holiday was always exciting. Uncle Balwant had one child and of late, his interest in business had declined. But he had taught Rajinder the ins and outs of retail. He had taught Rajinder everything, including ordering merchandise, putting on sale, customer relationship, and keeping it. A very simple paragraph. The best part about working at the store was Balwant himself. Balwant loved the store as much as Rajinder did. Balwant had set up the store with a mission to make sure his neighbors got everything they needed at a fair price. Make sure his neighbors got everything they needed at a fair price. He carried a wide variety of goods based on the needs of the community. If you needed a snow flower or a piece of jewelry for your wife, it was no problem. She had it all. Rajinder was impressed by Balwant's way of handling and caring for customers. If somebody was going through hard times, Balwant somehow knew it. When they came into the store, Balwant would make them feel comfortable and say something like, just not let's put everything on credit today. This kind of generosity made it easy to understand why Balwant was loved and respected throughout the company. Rajinder grew up and went to a school and college in Bhatinda. Later on, he made it to an MBA program in Delhi. Rajinder did well in MBA course and was goal-oriented. After the first year of his MBA, the career advisor and Balwant advised Rajinder for an internship at Big Mart. That summer, Rajinder was amazed by the breadth and the comprehensiveness of the internship experience. Rajinder got inspired by the life story of the founder of Big Mart and the value of the founder had. Big Mart was one of the best companies in the world. The people that Rajinder worked at the Big Mart during the internship noticed Rajinder work ethic, knowledge, and enthusiasm for business. Before the summer ended, Rajinder had been offered a job as a manager, training by Big Mart. To start upon graduation, Balwant was happy to see Rajinder succeed. Even for Rajinder, this was a dream job, holding the opportunity to move up the ranks in a big company. Rajinder did indeed move up the ranks quickly from management training to an assistant store manager to supervising manager of 3 stores to the present position. Real estate manager, North India, this and this. One day, Rajinder was eagerly looking forward to the next assignment. When he received email for the same, his word came crashing down. He was asked to identify next site in Bhatinda. It was not that Rajinder didn't believe in Big Mart expansion. Okay. Very lengthy paragraph, but easy. What was printed in the popular press, especially the business press, only reinforced Rajendra's belief in it. An executive views at one of the wisest business person in the world was quoted as Big Mart has been a major force in improving the quality of life for the average consumer around the world, offering great price on goods, giving them one-stop solution for almost everything. Many big farmers also benefited through low prices as middlemen for him. At the same time, Rajendra knew that opening a new Big Mart could disrupt small business in Bhatinda. Some local stores in the small towns went out of business within a year of Big Mart. In Bhatinda, one of the local stores, Singh, now run by Balwant's son. Although Balwant still came in every day to strengthen down the merchant. As Rajendra thought about this assignment, depression set in and the nightmares followed. Rajendra was frozen in time and space. Rajendra nightmare involved Balwant screaming something, although Rajendra could not make out what Balwant was saying. This especially troubled Rajendra since Balwant never raised his voice. Rajendra didn't know what to do. Who might be helpful? Rajendra's spouse, take care, who was a wife, housewife, maybe talking it through could lead to some positive course of action. Rajendra boss or Rajendra housewife. Could Big Mart understand? Could Rajendra really disclose the concept without fear? Or Uncle Balwant? Should Rajendra really disclose the situation and ask for advice? He wanted a solution that would make all stop going to sell. Now, tell me one thing. He is getting nightmare and he was going through a depression because of which factor? Why? Can anyone tell me? He was going through a depression, he was getting nightmare, all these things. All these issues arise with the Balwant. Because of whom? Can I say Balwant? Yes or no? It is happening only because of Balwant. So, Tell me who is the best person for Rajendra to talk to. Very, very easy question. क्या होना चाहिए answer? The answer should be option number 4. It's better that you should talk to Balwant itself. ठीक है? So 48% of you have got it right. 48% have got it right. So the answer is option number 4. Which some of you had marked boss, but boss से बात करके क्या मिलेगा यार यहाँ पे? Boss has already given him the order. So the problem is he needs to implement this thing. It's better that he should talk to Balwant, because if Rajendra is not going to do this thing, so probably the boss will give this assignment to some other people. So it's better that he should talk to the Balwant and try to understand how does it going to affect him and everything. Is that clear to all of you? Can I move to the next question? Please tell me, Nihar, Yaswant, Vasu, that Pooja. 21. After deliberation with many people and a lot of research, Rajendra came across a study published in leading journal, which stated that most local farmers benefited. Okay, most of the local farmers benefited because Big Mud bought agriculture produce directly from the farmers. Which of the following action would you prefer Rajendra to take after he get this fresh information? Okay, farmers are getting benefited, but what about the traders? So first of all, because Balwant is a trader there, since farmers benefit from Big Mud presence, Rajendra should be happy with Big Mud presence in Vatinda. Rajendra should undertake a new study to find out influence of Big Mud on local farmers. Rajendra should see this as an opportunity to take concern of local traders to the top level. I think the answer should be option number 3. He should take this as an opportunity to take concern of the local traders, because Balwant and all these smaller traders in most of the cities after opening this Big Mart, they are getting close. So it's better that he should talk to the Big Mart. He should bring this concern about the local traders to the top management. It may help Big Mart to develop new solutions that can benefit Big Mart, retailers, farmers and consumers. So the answer is, of course, option number 3. How many of you have got it right? 52% of you have got it right. Any doubts to anyone? With the job and this नहीं सारे तो option number 4 and 5, these are very negative statements. Can I move to the next question? 24. Okay. Which is the right ascending order in terms of proportion of population benefiting from Big Mart? Okay, who is going to be benefited? Ascending order, who is going to be benefited most? Can you tell me? Who is going to be benefited most? I think the consumers. Okay, consumers is going to be benefited most. So answer can't be this because मुझे ascending order में करना है. So consumer is going to be benefited most, and I need to ascending order. So consumer should come in the last. Now among the retailer and farmer, ठीक है, who is going to be benefited most among retailer and farmer? Retailer. So sorry, farmers. Farmers are going to be benefited most because Big Mart can directly procure all the vegetables from the farmers. So the answer of this question is option number 3. Retailers को तो सबसे कम benefit है ना? And how many of you have got it right? Or question number 24. 37% of you have got it right. Okay, so please calculate your score. Okay. Should I discuss the 4 questions और रह गए थे? ठीक है, मैं उनके आंसर्स ठीक है. First of all, I am giving you 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. All of you please go through this. In the meanwhile, I just check the database and find out क्या cut off गई थी last year. Sorry, इस पेपर की क्या cut off गई थी and what score you can score. So I am giving you 4 minutes. All of you please read it carefully and then we'll solve the questions. Question solve करोगे या नहीं करोगे, that's a different thing. But just read it, all of you. Is 3 to 4 minutes is sufficient? पढ़ लोगे ये सारा passage? Just read, go through all the paragraphs. Then I'll start with the question. Do not solve the question, just read the passage. I'm giving you 4 minutes for that. And in the meanwhile, I'm just checking the cutoff also. Okay, done all of you? Should I start? Please tell me. Okay, so and this is the answer, sir. First of all, ideally इसे छोड़ के आना चाहिए था. 15th. If you analyze the three reports above, which of the following statement would be okay? The correct answer for this question is option number 3. Newspapers may report selectively. ठीक है ना? Because it is talking about may report this one. May report selectively. Because these are three different reports may everything is different, so it might be possible that the newspaper may report. Okay, पहले मैं answers बता देता हूँ. Just wait. Now remember basically what is happening here. There are three reports and all the three reports highlight different parts of the same picture. Same thing, but all the three are reporting three different things. Okay, so you can say that it might be possible that the newspapers may report this one. Okay, seeing this, that newspaper publish completely wrong data on all new reports have bought by the companies. Apple is leading, but its dominance in Korean market is definitely under check. ये तो कहीं से भी नहीं हो सकता है. That is for sure. Can't say that. Okay. Option number 5, you are saying that customers report in report 2 is neutral and objective. Again, option number 5 में है क्या problem है? Now remember that option number 5 it refers to only that particular report. Only it is talking about the second report. But here, yes, we need to analyze all the three reports. Okay. So it is talking about only the second report, okay, and the response, okay, may not be objective or neutral because it is actually critical of the Samsung. So maybe ho bhi sakta hai, it may be of neutral and objective or may not be. So we can't say that thing, but yes, we can say newspaper may report selectively. That's why, okay, because for the same thing, three different reports are there, and all these three are talking about three different things. So it might be possible that one of the newspapers decided to focus on something else, another newspaper decided to focus on some other things. So that's why you can say that they may report selectively. Clear? Again, अगर मैं report 2 की बात करता हूँ, I don't think that is needed. Okay. Question number 16. Okay, how many of you have got right for question number 15? Let me see that data also. Question number 15. 15% of you have got it right. Most of you have left this set. 16. Assume report 1 and report 3. These two reports are correct. Which of the following can be a reason for seemingly divergent ranks? It is talking about seemingly can be a reason for seemingly divergent rank of different companies and their products. Different rank of different companies and their products. Now, if you look at it, option number 1, iPhone, it is talking only about iPhone 4. It is not talking about all the companies. तो ये नहीं हो सकता. Option number 2 also talking about only S2C1. Third is nothing, but it is talking about on divide included Google in the list because it is an important. It is talking also about only one of the product, not for the different. I need to identify the reason for different ranks of different companies and their products. But first three options is talking about only one of the products. Fourth is a very, very general statement that customer satisfaction never leads to high customer loyalty. So the correct answer for this question is option number 5. 11% of you have got it right. Any doubts to anyone? Please tell me. D is a very general statement, and first 3 talks about only one particular brand, not for all the brands. Okay. 17th. If report 1 and 3 are both correct, which of the following can be the reason for similarly divergent ranks reported for different companies? Okay, again 1, 2, 3, the same reason which I have given in the previous example. 1, 2, 3, it can be rejected because of that they are talking about only one particular company, where the correct answer of this question is option number 4. Sales and satisfaction may not be perfectly related with each other. That we can easily see from this particular set here. Okay? Because the different ranks of the different companies, okay, in different statement, that might be of the fact because the sales and satisfaction may never perfectly relate to each other. Clear? Can I move to the next question? The last one. Which of the following is more likely to be a correct conclusion about the respondent or reader in report 2? Report 2. Okay, the correct answer for question number 18 is, I think the answer should be option number 5. Yes. The reader wants more objective data to be released by the companies, because if you look at here in the report 2, the last line, without accurate self-reporting of actual sale to the end users, none of these market share charts are worth a damn. So basically, he needs some more data. Okay, na? Okay, so that is the reason we can say, 2 are easy. Definitely 2 of them are easy, but the only problem with this one is a very, very lengthy set. So a lot of people get lost in reading this one. So time consuming, but easy, no doubt. So anyway, all of you please calculate your scores. 1-4 is the negative marking. 1-4 is the negative marking. 21. In the meanwhile, all of you calculate. 21 may, it says long term. So first, I do not need to include the first, so we can reject 3 of the option choices, 1, 3, and 4. So we are left out with 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 5, 4, 3. So it is about leaving a legacy. So leaving a legacy, only those people, again, concentrate on the word legacy. So legacy can be understood by only those people who are already working in that company, not someone who is hiring me. So it's better that I should follow, first of all, 3, 4, then later on 5. If you want to left a legacy. So all those people who are already working there since a long time, senior consultant, and they can understand it in a better way. So please calculate your scores, all of you. Last year, okay, in that year the percentile for BM as well as for HR, for both of them are 80 percentile. And what I can see here is that जो मेरे पास data है, on the basis of this, it is saying a DM score of 35.42. A score of 35.42. It means a score of 35.42, from what I can guess, each question is of 4 marks and the negative marking of 1. Please calculate. देखो इसके basis पे कितने आता है. Each question is of 4 marks, negative is -1. The मेरे पास database है, in that case it has been mentioned at a score of 35.2, you can get 80%. And what I can see, most of the people who have got 35.42, they have attended 9 correct or 10 correct. So एक बार just calculate all of you. कितना स्कोर आ रहा है? +4 and -1. So at a score of 35.42, this was the cutoff. +4 and -1. That was the cutoff. ठीक है. So I think at 59 or 57, I can tell you this क्या percentile गई थी at a score of 59 or 57 probably. At a score of 50, I think at a score of 51, it was 97.36 percentile. At a score of 51, it was 97.3 percentile. 70, okay, 70 in that case, so 70 is a very good score. मैं बता देता हूँ 70 पे क्या कटअप गई थी. At a score of 70, 99.95. Okay, 99.95 percentile. Yes, sir. ठीक है. Score of 63 means okay, 99.74. Okay, Shani, 99.74%. At a score of 63. So I hope that you all have got an idea. This was easy, in fact. Discussion maybe time ज़्यादा नहीं लगा. They are very easy, not very difficult. So anyway, any doubts to anyone? No. So should we end the session now? We'll discuss 2015, 16, 17 in the next 3 days. किसी को डाउट है? नहीं है? Okay. So I think in any way this is a duration where school offices भी ज़्यादातर closed रहते हैं. So utilize that time, write a mock, write a sectional test, work hard for next couple of days. You just need to work hard for 10 days. I think within next 2 to 3 days, the result of IIT as well as SNAP will be out. – 2016 and 17 अभी नहीं हुआ है. Tomorrow we'll discuss 2015, then 2016, and then 2017. Okay. First we'll complete decision making, then we'll move to the content. Okay. Yesterday was, I think, 2000. This is 2014. कल क्या था? Monday था ना? Yesterday we did the English section, verbal. The day before that we have done 2014. Okay. Sorry, the day before yesterday we had done 2013, and yesterday there was the English year 2014. So any doubts to anyone now? Session 7, what is the message you are getting, Shruti? Can you tell me? You are unable to view. I have already uploaded the videos for session 7. क्या message आ रहा है? Okay, I will go through that. मैं check कर लूँगा and then I will upload it again. Okay. Okay, so good night to all of you. We'll meet tomorrow. I'll go through session 7 and resolve the list.
Music